Jmeter. Like yesterday we discussed like what is Jmeter, introduction to Jmeter, and then performance testing, and then like I just showed okay from where you can launch the Jmeter. So I'm just giving yesterday's session. Okay, so let me just like yesterday we discussed. Oh, something happened. Why this? Okay, so yesterday I just show you guys like from where we can download the JMeter. Okay, after the introduction part to performance testing in JMeter. So we just discussed how we can install the JMeter, and the simple prerequisite for JMeter is you only require the Java on your system, and then once you are on Apache official site, so you can download the JMeter, right? The moment your JMeter is downloaded, so you will get a folder like Apache JMeter, right? So just go into this, go to bin folder, and then just launch this executable jar file that is Apache Jmeter. Okay. So now we have to record. Today we will be recording Jmeter. Okay. So let's day 2 is round recording test through Jmeter. So Jmeter actually works on proxy mechanism. Okay. So let's say you want to capture certain traffic on application. Okay. So Jmeter will connect to the target server. Uh, uh, Purnima, can you mute yourself? Actually, a lot of noises from your end.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Okay. So Jmeter will connect to the target server. Let's say you want to record something on your web application. Let's say it's google.com only. Okay. So Jmeter is not directly communicating with this target server. The requests are going through a proxy. Okay. So Jmeter, then a proxy server is in picture. Okay. And then your target server is there. Now every request that will be, let's say Jmeter want to record something from target server, so Jmeter set up a proxy using a combination of port and IP. That is local IP. Okay, and then Jmeter can capture the request from target server. Okay, so now to do this whole setup, proxy is set up at two levels. First, we have to we have to declare proxy port at Jmeter. Okay. And then same port we have to configure in browser. Okay. So if we talk about these port standards, right? So definitely by default, we use 8080 port, right? 8080 port for Jmeter for recording purpose. Okay. Okay. Now let's come to this thing. Okay. So the moment we launch Jmeter Workbench is the default element, right? Where our focus is there, Workbench and test plans, right? So Workbench is nothing. Workbench is a node, okay, where user Workbench is a temporary node, right? Temporary area where user can keep its different elements of Jmeter. Okay. So now this boot settings in proxy, this is done in Jmeter through an element called HTTP proxy recorder. Okay. So HTTP proxy recorder is the element that helps in capturing web traffic, or you can say user traffic. Okay. Sorry. So now to do this, to add HTTP recorder, so we have to do right click on workbench, right? Then this non-test element, test script recorder. Okay. So now we have just added the HTTP test script recorder. Okay. So here is your different settings like port, which I mentioned. Okay. Then your target controller, I will let you know what exactly target controller is, right? So next is whether during recording you want to capture HTTP headers, want to add assertions, regex matching. These all stuff we will be performed when you will capture the request. Okay. So now today's focus is mainly to show how we can start Jmeter recording. Okay. So let me just move on. Okay. So now let's just think 8080 port. As I mentioned, I've entered one port through which I want Jmeter shall connect to proxy server and record my target traffic. Okay. So now just hit start button from Jmeter. Okay. And from here, just select this element where you want to record the traffic. Okay. So this will give you one prompt. Okay, this certificate has been created in Jmeter bin directory. You can install it following instructions and so on. Okay. So just okay over here, right? So now just go to your browser. Okay, now currently you can see you can access the website easily. Now let me do the proxy settings here also. As I mentioned, proxy settings will be done at two levels, at Jmeter and browser level. Okay, so just go to these line settings. So let me write down this, like in browser, go to settings, right? Then LAN settings, right? Now here, just enable use a proxy server for your LAN, enable proxy checkbox, right? Enter IP as localhost, right? And port as port entered, same port entered in Jmeter, right? Same port value entered in Jmeter. So it was 8080 in case of Jmeter. Okay. So it's 8080 over here only, right? That's it. So uh, now let me just refresh this. Okay. Now let me just show you some. Hello guys. Can you hear me? As I have just introduced proxy, so sometimes connection break. So hope you guys can hear me now, right now. Hello. Can anyone of you can confirm by writing in the chat box, like, okay, yeah, okay, fine, thank you. Okay, so now let me just show you through IE. Okay, so now we are just you can see the same settings will be applied here only also. This is connections, LAN, yeah. But now what exactly is happening is you will not be able, by default, you cannot record HTTPS traffic on Jmeter. Okay. Okay, so resolve that thing also. What we have to do is we have to add some certificates in browser. Okay, so let me do that stuff for you. Now just go to the content tab, certificates. Okay, so now we have to import certificate that has been generated when we have launched the Jmeter very first time. Okay, so that certificate is located in Jmeter bin directory. I'm just selecting it and just installing it. Yes, okay, close. Okay, now to take these settings in effect, so for safe side, you can restart the browser, or else you can just refresh your page. So now you can see whatever you were trying to do on your browser, now you are able to do. And Jmeter have started recording your traffic. Okay, so now let me show you. Now you either you access your Google, either you access your any HTTPS traffic. Okay, so now let's say we will be working on this. We will be building a project on this only. Okay, so here now you can see these are some orphan requests, right? We will discuss this also, like how what we have to exclude, what we have to include. So today, just I'm showing you how you can record in Jmeter. You can see this field will show you, okay, these are your relevant requests, right? This is your server. Okay, this is your protocol listed here. This is the method. Okay, so this is a HTTP request being recorded by Jmeter. Okay. Yeah, so there are n number of different requests also get pulled when you record through Jmeter. So we have to exclude these things, these requests. Okay. So this is one how we record it. Okay. Now now let's say you want to group these samplers. You want to add separators between recordings, right? So just select this between grouping. Now again retry, just refresh it. So you can see you can add separators also between different groups. Okay. Let me just go to one link and you can see, right? So you can also have separators between your different scenarios. Let's say you want to have separators between home recording, login recording, self recording, and logout recording. Okay, so we can record in this fashion. Okay, so just hold on, just hold on. Okay, so now let's say instead of a separator, you want to put your recording group in a new controller, right? So we can do that also. So now everything will be going into new controller. So I will let you know what exactly controller in Jmeter is, right? So controller is just this is a controller. So it is having all child requests under the one single controller element. Okay. So now they are grouped under one controller element. Now when you will record something else, so that will be under another controller. Okay, so in this way you have just put these recordings under the controller. Okay, so this is like how you can distinct recordings. Okay. Now let's say you just want to store first sampler on each or like whenever you're recording. So let's pick this. Now you will be only be able to capture this first request only. First request. Okay. So let me show you this. As I mentioned, only first request you will be able to record among the recording group. Okay. So instead, let's say there are other options also. Now you want to put each recording in a new transaction controller. So transaction controller is a bit different from a simple controller. Like transaction controller keeps the entire transaction count. Okay, so we will be discussing what exactly transaction controller when we will be coming to the controller elements and we'll be building scenarios. Okay, so now let's say I'm just doing this. Okay, so here you have options. Either you can generate the parent sample like this, or right. This is for reporting things. If you want to include the timers, I will let you know what exactly they are and when we will be discussing. Otherwise, it will confuse you right now. So today's focus is just focus like how we can really record things on Jmeter. Okay. So you can see there is HTTP header manager, right? So this contains the header information. Okay. So let's say if you would not have enabled the capture header manage headers, so it would not have captured this, but this is the default. Jmeter have included it. Now let's say you want to perform some assertions at the recording time only. So Jmeter provides that stuff also. Okay. Now when we will record, so assertions will be done automatically by Jmeter. Right? Now you can see the difference. In the last request, no response assertion element was added, but in here it is added. So it has just added this assertion element. Okay, wherever JMeter feels okay, there should be assertion. So it was just added. Now you have to just write your assertion rule, right? So we will be taking up assertions also, like how we can assert things in JMeter. Okay. So similarly, regex matching is there. So now there are sampler settings, whatever client you want to use. But currently this client 4 is in picture. So these are some browser level settings. Okay. So now let's say you want to give your recorder a name, transactions, a name. Okay. So let's say you're recording home transaction. So just enter that name in here. Okay. And currently we can see there is no name. This is the transaction name only. So instead transaction name, I want to give, okay, like home transaction or something like that. So now I've just entered in the prefix, okay, like it should be like my business transaction name should be before that, okay. Similarly, home transactions will be recorded. Now let's say now I'm just want to perform the login, okay, and right. So this is login. I'm just making login. So this all recording stuff is going through those proxy settings we have made in Jmeter. Okay. Okay. So here you can see I got okay. So login name get appended, right? So this is like how we can do things, right? Now let's say you want to form some redirection automatically to the URLs, so you can redirect. Okay, let's say in your application some redirection get performed, so you can redirect automatically. Check, you can check mark redirect also. Okay, so these let these settings to be by default only. No need to change in these settings. Okay, so just record your things from here in this version. Okay, so now let me just delete this. Okay, discuss with you. Okay, now let's say I'll just tap this home page. Okay, so name was login because my prefix was login. Okay, so let's say I have just tap on this link. So you must have noticed there are a number of things those goes on along with the parent request. Okay, so let's say this .js files .html. Okay, so once you have recorded your flow thrice, twice, four times. Okay, so you will be able to you will one we will be able to know, okay, which all requests we have to include, right? let's say I will launch IE again and will show you. Okay. Mm, I'll just tab that. So now I can see there are n number of things, n number of requests in Jmeter, right? Now let's say we are already done this setting. Now sampling of relevant requests in Jmeter. Now let's come to Jmeter. So now let's say we just go to the home page. Okay. So home page showing us a number of requests, right? So but we don't want these all stuff, but we have to make some separation. Okay, how we can come to know which requests are of our use. Okay, so the first element to look up and to filter out our relevant request is our server name element. Okay, so first of all we have to see, okay, whether the server is the same server where we are recording. Okay, so as we saw this server name element, we come to know, okay, no, this is not the relevant thing we are recording. We are recording on Jmeter archive, so definitely we need not these requests. Okay, So as you can see, there's the same server name. So now let's say some Jmeter archive is also there. Let me just do for you. Okay, now you can see everything is stage app, stage app. So I'm just deleting them. So this is api.bing.bing.com. This have nothing to do with our test, so we have to delete that also. Okay. So Jmeter have property, it capture anything that is open in browser. Okay, even in other browsers also it can capture. So this is the best practice. Whenever you're recording Jmeter, only your server that application should be logged in. Otherwise, you will get unnecessary requests, and then you have to filter out. Okay, so I'm just filtering out things on the basis of server name. Okay, so in this way we can filter out. Okay, so let's say I filter out these requests. Okay, so now this was the case of the like improper server name. Okay, like within the same server or like web application, you will get a lot of requests that are not required. Let's say, like I told you, Jmeter is not a browser like thing, so it does not execute JavaScript or HTML pages. So there is no need to have those JS and HTML requests to be in our test plan. Okay, so we will just exclude those requests from our test. Okay, so we are just doing it. Okay, so let me just post over here. Right. This login will not be containing anything relevant as it start. Okay, now let me just see. Okay. Okay, so now let me just go to this any forum question discussion. Okay, so now in Jmeter we can see there will be a number of requests. Okay, as I told, .jt, HTML, PNG, GIF, because PNG, GIF, JDB, these things will be available when in the parent request only. These are the embedded elements, right, that get downloaded with parent request. So no need to have these requests implicitly in the test plan. So I will let you know how we can have these elements at the time of execution also. Okay. So for as of now, like HTML.js, Jmeter does not execute. So there is no need to have these requests in the test plan. Okay. So we have to filter out them. Let's say HTML. Now we will go to this. So on the basis of server name, we are excluding this request also, right? On the basis of server name, we identified, okay, this is jmeterarchive.org, and that is, but this is HTML, so we don't require it. Next, we go to this request. So we definitely found this request to be valid, as there's a server name, server path, and there are parameters also. Okay, so now let's just toggle GIF, PNG, these requests also, because images always get cached when you run it again. Okay, so no need to have these elements in the test plane. But they still will be available with one setting at the time of execution. Okay. Similarly, CSS is there, but there is server name is different, so no need to have these also. Right. Server name is different. Again, this is server name is valid, but GIF. Okay. So now JavaScript.js is there, but it will not be executed. So just toggle it. PNG.js, PNG. Okay. Now here is server name is Google Analytics. So just toggle it. PNG. Okay. So hope you got the idea, like how one can sample out what we have to exclude, what we have to include. Okay. Right. So this request, this is related to some Microsoft.com. So we really don't need this because our application is Jmeter Archive. So these all are some orphan URLs or third-party URL captured through application recording, right? So now one way is this, like you first of all, like you did multiple recordings and you come to know, okay, what is the request pattern, right? So after that, you started filtering these requests. Okay. So like the same thing, let's say there's a quick way to do in JMeter, like you don't want these all requests to be manually exclude. So we can exclude these all requests with the one go, right, from this URL patterns to exclude. Okay. So we will write one pattern over here, right? And definitely no JS, no CSS, whatever pattern we will design. So afterwards, nothing will get recorded irrelevant. But before doing this practice, first of all, we have to understand our request pattern in a very good way. Okay, so let me just seal that pattern for you so that I can show you guys. Just hold on. I have just written somewhere. Actually, yes, here it is. Okay. So now let's say we want to apply the rule for, first of all, there are PNGs, lot of PNGs are there. So let me do this for PNG. Okay. Next is for next. Let me do for CSS as well, and then JS. Okay. JS. Now let's just no delete it. And now now the moment you will start recording something in your JMeter, right? So definitely you will be having less number of requests. Let me just go to this. Just you can see, just hold on. Why these are all coming? Because maybe some spaces will be there. Yeah. Okay, some space got left. Okay. Now let me just do it for you again. Let's just stress test through an SSL proxy. So now really when we will come to Jmeter, so you can see the difference. No JS, no PNG, no GIF, only the relevant request, right? So there are HTML also is there. So now let's say you want to exclude the HTML, you can do that also, right? So this setting helps in helps in saving your time, like you have to exclude things, right? And so on. So now even your HTML thing will also not. Yes, we will definitely take up regex also. Don't worry, regex is in detail you will be doing. There's like no much use in here, but yes, I will be showing you how you can use regex. Okay. So on script recorder, these one should be aware of these all functionalities. These are enough, right? So regex will be discussed in detail. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now let's say I'm just going to some, let's say, authentication. Just hold on. Someone is at my door. Just hold on. Yes. So now let me show you. So no such request will be there in our test panel. Okay. So this is like how we can record it. Okay. So the basic thing principles are during inclusion or sampling is, first of all, look for your relevant server. Okay. Look for relevant server. Then just remove GIFs, PNGs, or anything that will be cached at client end, CSS and HTML and .js, because they will not be executed by the Jmeter as it will just download it. Okay, and include requests that contain your target server. Okay, so this is like how you can sample things while recording. Okay, so any queries? So any queries over this, like how we can record it, how we cannot record it. So any queries so far? Okay, so this is like how we can record it, how we can specifically, like if you want some specific exclusion of URL, so we can do that with the help of this. Okay, so now let's say you want to stop your recording, so you can stop it from here only. So just we need to tap stop, and our recording will be stopped. Okay. So so in this way, we today discuss like how we can set up the proxy server settings, how we can add it, right? How we can configure proxy server at a Jmeter, then how we can configure the same for browser, okay? And then capturing the test steps using Jmeter, right? And then inclusion exclusion of URLs during recording, okay? So this is like how we can do record things in Jmeter. Okay. So this regex matching thing, definitely I will be taking up in upcoming sessions. Okay. Because this is not that much required in your like during recording things, right? So during recording, one should be just aware and should be focus around recording the traffic and recording the number of all requests. Okay, the moment you will shut down your recorder, so and then will try to access the application, it will show the proxy server isn't responding. Okay, so to roll back and to come back to your normal settings, so you have to just do the same thing, just disable that proxy, tap automatic direct setting. Okay, okay, and to record the HTTPS traffic, just remember go to content, then certificates, then just do the import. Next, just browse to Jmeter bin directory. You will be seeing one root Apache Jmeter temporary root certificate. Select it, open it, import it, and you will be good to go to start recording on your Jmeter of HTTPS traffic. Okay. So guys, I'm done with today's session. Any queries and anything over today's session? Okay, that's good. Okay, so uh, so let's meet tomorrow. So tomorrow we will. Yeah, yes, yes, please. Okay.
Suppose that my application proxy is also there and still I want to record. So
Okay.
what is the procedure since Jmeter operates on proxy mechanism, I just want to know that as well.
Yeah, please come again. What is it?
Actually, suppose if the application is having some proxy, and on that case, since Jmeter is operating on proxy server, what would be the steps that we need to follow?
No, that's you're saying your application is also working on a proxy mechanism, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, 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 okay. So definitely, first of all, just try that thing simply through this only. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will have to ask your sysadmin team to do the arrangements for you, because definitely, if you will also connecting through proxy and your application is connecting to proxy, so maybe sometimes some conflicts can be there. But in case if you are having facing some issue, so definitely your sysadmin team can resolve that. That's not an issue. That sometimes those situations also come. Like applications work on proxy things also itself. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Sure. Definitely. You guys will be getting the videos. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's meet up tomorrow, and tomorrow we will start building our scenario. Okay. Okay. Have a good day ahead, guys. Take care. Let's meet up tomorrow.